Sister of Mercy, and I knew George Musler when I worked in Barrington, so I know where Amy gets her work ethic. As Sisters of Mercy, we've been trying to mend the gaps in New Hampshire since 1858, so I stand on shoulders of many. I hope I can represent, as some of my friends say. I heard somebody say that they were going to be the voice of the people. I do not say to people in Nashua, I am your voice. I say, you have a voice. I want to hear it, and I want you to tell other people. I could give you a lot of numbers, like $7.25 an hour is New Hampshire's minimum wage. It's not enough to live on in an expensive place like Nashua. Rent now $1,200 a month as average. Since such numbers are daunting for my friends, my neighbors, and community of Nashua, but I'll give you stories of how it feels to be at the yawning of this inhuman gap. And as we stand here in the heat, I think of my friends who have no place to live tonight, since I work at the Nashua Soup Kitchen and Shelter. One of the services we provide is food, as one of many providers of food in Nashua. And we provide food for Maureen, 67, who can't survive on her Social Security and her part-time job. Tom, who wants to work but needs to be on Medicaid for the health effects of his injuries from the hard work he did for many years. He hates being poor. Maria Luz, who paid taxes but received no benefits because she's an immigrant. I'm going to her wedding tomorrow. Ray, whose mental illness and troubled family determine his resources, but he plants flowers along our rail trail in Nashua. Sharon, mother of 4, who's been on a waiting list for subsidized housing for 10 years. Anthony, age 49, whose funeral I recently attended at a suburban Catholic church, whose addiction and poverty worsened as treatment opportunities dwindled. Brenda, who works for a social service agency, who cannot keep up with the enormous co-pays despite the insurance she has as a benefit. Smart young people like Kelsey, Stephen, and Sergio, who fight for a college opportunity as they bag groceries and wipe behinds. Despite these stories, folks are engaged in life. We try to communicate their stories to the policymakers and communicate the voting records of the policymakers to our folks. Who voted to keep Medicaid? Who voted to raise the minimum wage? We live here, we count, we are your neighbors. We have an enormous number of legislators in New Hampshire. Find out who your candidates are and what they stand for. Share this information. Get out the vote. Spend as much time working on an issue as you spend complaining about it, discussing it, and posting on Facebook about it. The stories are intimate, but cry to be heard. The people are precious and need to be valued.